Hey everybody, hope everyone's having a great Monday. I've got several things to talk about today, and let's get started off with my new subs. They are Cindy Lou Who, 58, she's from Indiana. Daniel Say What? His name's Daniel. Wild Heart, her name's Barb, she's from New York State. Riot Boy 21, his name's Bo, he's from Georgia, and Orbital 151, his name's Trevor. And I want to thank all of them. I appreciate you subbing to me so much. Excuse me. Of course, I always get a frog in my throat when I do videos. All right, on to the next subject is James's work. And they're trying their best not to lay off people. So what they're doing is they are asking the men to go down from seniority to take a day or two off a week and do it in order. Like one man will do it one day, and then the next day the next guy down will do it. And they're going to do that and see how that works out. So some of the men will work 4-5 days a week, and some of them won't. But they're going to try to rotate it like that. So that's better than getting laid off. They're going to cut their work days. All right, on to the good stuff. Here's my answers to two truths and a lie. Well, I thought I would fool you people. But y'all are so smart. And, every story, of course, two of them is totally true. And the one that's a lie, it is sort of true, but certain elements of it are not true. I'll start off with the last one. I did faint on the day that James and I went to get blood tests, and he did take me to the jewelry store, and I did pick out my engagement ring and wedding band. And that was the best part of that day, But yeah, that did happen. And, I can laugh about it because it's a funny story. The second story is totally true, too. That daggone trestle scared the life out of me. And I forgot to mention it was probably 40 feet above the river. And, I have probably never been so terrified in my life to think I was going to fall, because I'm a little bit afraid of heights. The first story is the one that's a lie, and just about everybody guessed that. It's true that the owner's son's brother-in-law did rob the Dairy Queen. I was the night shift manager, but I was 30 years old. 29 or 30 years old. James and I had been married. I already had a baby. My son was almost in grade school, not quite. But he did come in there with a knife and pantyhose on his hand, and I was by the register, and he told me to give him the money, and I said no. The only thing that was a lie was I did not pull out a gun on him. He was lucky the gun was in the office. But what he did was, he kept on asking for the money, and I kept on telling him no. So what he did was he picked up the whole darn cash register and pulled it out of the power socket from underneath the cabinet. And, honey, he just ran out the door with it. And somebody did get him, and he dropped the register and money spilled everywhere. But, the owners did not press charges because he was sort of family. But back then I was 29 or 30, and, I don't know if I'd pulled a gun out on him if I'd had one or not. But today, you better bet you I would. Because, I've mellowed out as I've gotten older. But you know what? When you get older, you just don't put up with junk. I just don't think you do. And, you may be able to take a whole lot more than what you did when you was younger because you're more patient and more, I think you are. But if I thought my life was in danger, I would defend myself to the death. So, number one was the lie, and I hope y'all had fun. Quite a few people has done the tag, and I hope y'all had fun with it. This is Melissa reporting from up in the holler. Bye, everybody.